Welcome to the show. This is Ann Vivian speaking. Thank you so much for joining me. Are you a practitioner of mindfulness? Do you practice present moment awareness or have the intention of cultivating present moment awareness? Would you like to understand how cultivating mindfulness can help you in many areas of your life? We are going to explore multidimensional mindfulness. What I have just shared with you and more, we're going to explore research on mindfulness. We're going to explore how this practice can help you in real ways in your life. We're going to explore how mindfulness is actually multidimensional. Surprise, surprise, here on Integrative Mystic, we'll explore the integrative nature of mindfulness. So I'm excited to dive into mindfulness with you on today's show. As usual, I will have the topic du jour, then I will pull a few cards for the week ahead. I just want to, before we begin, thank you for your patience and thank you for your continued support and connection. I have been off the podcast for a couple of months now and going on my own healing journey and learning so much that I'm grateful to be able to eventually share with you and integrate into my work and everything I'm learning on this journey. So that, honestly, confession is why I've been MIA for a little bit. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you this show and many shows in the future. Exciting guests coming. Multidimensional mindfulness. Let's talk about it. So I was looking through my journal the other day, and I was looking through my journal. Weirdly enough, I just snatched it out of the closet. My journal from 2008, back when I was in grad school. I was getting my graduate degree in art therapy counseling at Southern Illinois University in the St. Louis, Missouri metro area. And it was an intense time for me. It was, I don't know if you have a graduate degree or even if you've been to college or done some sort of higher learning, but usually you hear people say it's kind of hard. It can be stressful. Our reaction to it can create stress. It was a stressful time for me. And I also actually had a health thing going on at the time with some mysterious, unexplained eye pain, which, well, my reaction to that caused quite a bit of distress. I was writing in my journal in 2008. I was just reading this entry about how I had discovered Eckhart Tolle and the power of now, and how that really changed my life. I started cultivating present moment awareness. I started practicing mindfulness. I had been a meditator for years, and I had been very intuitive since my teenage life. As I began to practice present moment awareness, and as I was studying other spiritual texts, I was also reading A Course in Miracles. I was reading a lot of different spiritual texts, but one of the main influences of me during this time was the power of now. And I saw in my journal how it really was part of a concoction that created a potion of transformation and magical transformation for me. My intuition just really exploded that year. And like I said, I was already intuitive, but I started having way more premonitions, clairvoyant experiences, much more clarity with my clairvoyance. I had vivid visitations by spirit guides. And I wanted to share that with you because I do think there's a link between my cultivation of present moment awareness, in addition to everything else that I was doing, meditating and the other components of my spiritual practice, a connection between my expansion and my intuitive awareness and that practice of mindfulness. The mysterious eye pain did subside and did disappear eventually. And I think it's all connected. So I wanted to share that with you. Yes, I am practicing mindfulness now. I practice mindfulness with a different understanding now, and I want to tell you a little bit more about that. But first, I'd like to share with you some research about mindfulness and it's really kind of amazing, and it's really very helpful. So when I say mindfulness, I mean present moment awareness, cultivating your awareness of the here and now, being present in this moment. Meditation is one technique to cultivate present moment awareness, but there are many. And just asking yourself to take a deep breath and focus on your heart, that's a mindfulness presence. Noticing what you're seeing in that moment is a mindfulness presence. Noticing how you're feeling in your body, that's a mindfulness practice, excuse me. These are all techniques to cultivate more of awareness of the here and now, instead of going on our little mind journey and the what ifs and ruminating and worrying. That's all analytical mind stuff that's outside of the here and now typically. So that's what I mean by mindfulness. So here's some research on mindfulness. Mindfulness helps overall mental health. It helps to decrease anxiety, decrease depression. I'm talking about a mindfulness practice, not just like meditating once, but a mindfulness practice. People are happier who practice mindfulness, improved sleep, improved focus and memory, improved physical well-being, decreased blood pressure. It helps people to cope with pain. I propose it helps you to open your intuition. It helps you to open to spiritual insights, and just it helps with general coping and feeling generally more happiness and more fulfillment. When you're aware of the present moment, you begin to become aware of more expanded states of being. The access is through the present moment. Some people might think meditation sounds so boring, or being in the present moment sounds so boring and lacking in stimulation, lacking in excitement. When you start to practice mindfulness and really go deeper into the present moment, meditation is one intense form of that, in my experience. You begin to become more aware of your inner being. You begin to become more aware of dimensions of yourself, of the oneness of creation. And as you develop your mindfulness skills, you become more intuitive, more accepting, and another level of the mindfulness is becoming aware of time without attaching to it. So when we talk about mindfulness, we're talking about detaching from the linear focus on the future, projecting to the future or the past. However, as you cultivate your ability to detach, to be present and detach, you can understand time differently, and you can actually feel the trajectories of the future, the echoes from the past in the present moment. So it changes your relationship with the future and the past. You can become aware of pleasant things, unpleasant things, sadness, pain, and learn how to detach from them. Oh, there's a piece of me that's feeling sad, but that's not actually the totality of me. There's other parts of me that are feeling something else, that are having a different experience. I'm aware of the multidimensional nature of me. I can shift my consciousness more easily as I am in the present moment. I can shift my consciousness to focus on someone else, focus on a situation, focus on myself. And that's really what a psychic does, is use the present moment to access an expanded understanding of, an expanded awareness of someone, some situation, or the past or the future. It's all, the doorway is the present moment, actually. So acceptance is different than attaching. When I accept that I'm feeling a certain way, that's different from attaching to it. And you learn this as you're practicing mindfulness. You're shifting to your observing mind. So you're not activating that analytical mind trying to solve problems. You are observing them. And as you're in that receptive state of consciousness, that opens the doorway to more creativity, more intuition, and greater awareness and focus. So those are the real world applications of cultivating present moment awareness. Being more, the let me start over. The multidimensional mindfulness is really being aware of yourself in this time dimension, other dimensions of yourself, other parts of yourself, the oneness of us all, being aware of time without attaching to it. And it can help you cultivate your intuition, open your third eye. It can help with your mood. It can help with boost your mood. It can help you increase your focus and your creativity. And also there's some research to show health benefits as well. So why aren't you practicing mindfulness? I'm sure so many of you tuning in. I'm just kidding. So many of you tuning in already have a practice of mindfulness in one way, shape, or the other, in one way, shape, or form. I want to encourage you to expand, experiment, play with that practice, because it's been incredibly powerful in my life, so many of the lives of clients I've worked with. And I know if you experiment with it, it will help you. And there's a lot of different forms of mindfulness. So if traditional meditation doesn't work for you, that's not the only way to cultivate present moment awareness. Sometimes you need a little bit more active meditation. You need a little bit more unique form of reminding yourself to be in the present moment. And I felt my guides before today's show wanting to express the important message of, you don't need to be, nor should you be, in the present moment 24/7. You need to have your analytical mind be assessing, be projecting to the future sometimes, analyzing the past. You need to be in a mental place sometimes. And so that's not a bad thing if you're using your mind. Sometimes, you have a day-to-day, a job or a life situation where you just need to be using your analytical skills. And that's okay. Sometimes as you do that, though, you can figure out how to cultivate more present moment awareness, even as you're activating your analytical mind. But I feel like the guides want to make sure that I share with you, just having a few check-ins throughout the day can make a world of difference. It doesn't need to be constant, just a few check-ins. Even put it on your smartphone. Set yourself some reminders. Take a few deep breaths and just check in with yourself as you're, throughout your day. Set your intention to notice and observe. Just observe with curiosity. Observe my boss's outfit. Observe the weather and the reflection on the lake. Observe my feelings. Those are all mindfulness practices, and they can all help you cultivate that intuition, more acceptance, boost your mood, creativity, focus. So even little baby steps can make a big difference. That was the little talk for today. Let's shift gears, and I will pull some cards for the week ahead. Okay, so asking Spirit, what do we need to know for this week ahead, the week of October 9th, 2023, or whenever you're tuning into this podcast? What do we need to know for this week? Tuning in. Ooh, nice. 6 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. It's a financial opportunity card mix. Yes, so tuning into the energy of the cards for this week ahead. Well, I feel like a lot of us feel, and I can relate to this, so a lot of us feel like we're catching up on things, like we have we want to tie up some loose ends. We have things that have sort of fallen by the wayside that we'd like to resolve, catch up, get finished, tie up loose ends. Page of Pentacles, I feel, is helping us to get more organized, helping us to come up with some plans, and helping us to come up with a way to organize what we want to get done. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities on the table. There's a lot of perhaps financial opportunities, actually. There's learning opportunities, but there's a lot of different directions we could go. And Page of Pentacles is helping us to analyze, assess, observe, be mindful, be present with all that is spread out before us, and to choose with discernment what we want to focus on and how to prioritize and organize. And I feel like the Page of Pentacles is also guiding us to just go with the flow a little bit more as you're working on various projects, and don't try and do everything at once. Pace yourself. And as you're kind of getting in the flow, you're in the present moment, you're understanding life happens one step at a time, then you get out of that worry kind of vibration, which can kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It can kind of trip us up and trip up our vibration and the experience we have. So smooth out your vibration by, ooh, we got a Blue Jay who wants to say hello. Blue Jay wants us to know it's important to take it one step at a time and just have fun as we're getting things done. Try and stay in the present moment and be playful. It helps us to be more playful when we're in the present moment. Ace of Swords is our final result card for this week ahead. I feel like the Ace of Swords is saying, you got this. I feel like we might have the opportunity to be heard. I feel like people might have some victories this week. People might have some interest. If you have a message that wants to be heard, this is actually a really good week. I'm hearing that we've got the new moon and some eclipses coming up. Get your message out. People want to hear you. If you have a message to share, let this be your sign. Get your word out. People want to hear you. You have an important message to share, and being able to believe in yourself enough to speak your words releases the power. This is a card of power, Ace of Swords. I'm pulling the Universe Has Your Back deck card. Find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So that is the Universe Has Your Back card. So if you have been in some discomfort, see if you can find a deeper meaning. It raises the vibration, so it's not just misery. It raises the vibration to something expanded, something higher. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with eyes of love. We're in Libra season, and this is a very Libra card, as we can let go of our stories, let go of other people's stories, be in the present moment with our loved ones. Excuse me. We can transform our relationships. My lovely, beautiful friend, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been an honor to go on this integrative mystic journey with you. Please check out my website, which I will one day update. It's somewhat updated. We've got some fun groups coming up, dream circles, intuitive development, multidimensional manifesting. It's exciting stuff. CreativePsycheStudio.com. And that's also my Facebook business page and my YouTube channel, Creative Psyche, PSYCHE Studio. Thank you, MindBodySpirit.fm, for hosting this show and other amazing shows on your network. Check out the other shows as well. They're pretty fantastic. I hope you have a fantastic Libra season, and I will see you next group show or session. Take care.